Hello student, welcome to my class of computer science for class 11th. In this video student, we are going to understand the tuple and their definition and their declaration. So let's begin with the syllabus part first. In earlier video, we have understand student how to perform the linear search on list and how to perform the insertion sort. Along with that, we have also count how many times the number of frequency element in list is going to search or sort. And now in this video we are going to understand what is tuple. I mean to say it's a definition, how to create a tuple, traversal of tuple, and some operation of tuple also. So let's begin. So I have already opened my study material. You can see that Python tuple. Actually student, as I already teach you in the declaration, I may say introduction of tuple. A tuple is a collection of objects like a list, which is definitely in ordered or in order we can say that, and immutable. Immutable, that means to say that will not change unlike the list. Tuple actually are sequence just like list, okay? And the difference between tuple and list are the tuple cannot change unlike the list, and tuple are used the parentheses, whereas list use the square bracket at the time of declaration and definition also. So now we are going to understand how to create a tuple. Actually creating a tuple is as simple as putting the different comma separated value like list. Optionally, you can put the comma separated value between the parentheses. For else example, you can see students. Here I have created three type of word thing tuple. Tuple 1, tuple 2, tuple 3 equals to within parentheses you can see that physics of a string type, comma, then chemistry also string type which is included by single quote, maybe double quote also, then comma 1997 and 2000. After that I will have put here semicolon. It doesn't need to worry about that. If it is number of line are there, we can use that, otherwise not need to be put here semicolon. Now tuple 2, a simple number it contain separated by comma, included by round bracket. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separated by comma. And last is tuple is ABCD separated by comma without round bracket. So here tuple we have declared. So what I am going to do student, I will show you in a shell mode because I want to show you this one thing. So here my tuple, that is tuple 1 equals to within round bracket we will say, suppose that Aman, the name of the person I am going to put here, Prakash, and some kind of value here 1987 and 3000, okay? And now if I am going to just enter, we will see this is declared. Now as the second way I will use some kind of number also, because as we know it is like a sequence, okay? So we can see that it is also declared. And now we are going to just clear the different type of tuple without round bracket separated by comma. So suppose that here I am going to just type some search engine, that is Google, and here we can say that Bing, and here we can say that Yahoo. Okay, so I have just entered. Now we have seen we have declared a different three type of tuple, and we are talking about we can create a empty tuple also with the help of within round bracket and close, it means to say parenthesis, or we can have only one element, okay, along with comma also. So we can see that suppose that tuple number 4 we can say that empty, and here tuple number 5, that means to say some kind of value we are going to put here, suppose that 4 comma whatever. So we are going to just check whether the output looks a tuple type or not. So you can see tuple, you can see here I will type here tup that 3 2, so tuple, so tup 3, then again tuple, tup 4. This is empty tuple because I have not get any element inside this particular tuple. And here tuple number 5, you can see only 4 along with comma. If I'm going to just check their type, so you have to just simply type function, and then after that you will put Here simple, tuple 1, tuple 2, tuple 3, everywhere you can see the value will come as a tuple type only. Okay students, so you can see I have just going to check whatever my output. So you can see that now tuple number 4 and here tuple number 5. So you can see everywhere type is a tuple. So student, by this we have understand how to create a tuple. So student, we can do the slicing also in tuple, like string slicing. Okay, so tuple indicates definitely starts from 0, and with the help of indexing value we can slice that and concatenate that and so on, whatever we have done in list and string also. Now we are going to understand how to accessing the value in a tuple. It means to say element in a tuple. As I teach you, you hear the example. Here are number of the elements are there. We can see that data elements are there, which is type of tuple element, which is encoded by round bracket. We can access with the help of index value also, and index value always starts from 0 to n-1, where is n equals to size, total size of the particular tuple. If I'm going to just talk about what is the size of tuple 1, so I will definitely use here len function to just count their element. So here I will type tuple 1 and you can see here is 4. So we can just count how it will be 4. Aman is 1, Prakash is 2, 1987 3 and 3000 is 4. So student, by this we have learned how to get the length of a particular tuple. So with the help of length we can just count what is the index, maximum index value of that is n-1, that means to say size -1. So we are going to just count how to accessing the element of a tuple. Okay, so I'm going to just create a new file for program, that is a program for tuple in definitely Python. Okay, so here I am going to just create a tuple simply 1. Within round bracket I will put here some value, like we can say that Aman, second one thing Kishore, and then next one thing suppose them some value, and here any value that I like. Okay, so we can say that 1.90, and here is we can say that A. Okay, here is A, B, and so on, whatever. Okay, so I'm just simply going to print a message to the user, a program for tuple in definitely what Python. So after that I will simply print a message. I'm to say what is my tuple. So here I can say that tuple 1 equals to, or simply I can say that space, here is tuple 1. So now I'm going to just save it, and now the file name will be my tuple. So here tuple 1. So what I'm going to show here I will show you the output in fresh copy, students. So I will just go to run it again. Now you can see that a program for tuple in Python, and tuple 1 equals to some value that I put in declaration time in tuple variable. Okay, and now we are going to just count its length also. So here print definitely we can say that len, or inside that tuple 1 will be what. So I will do this same thing. I will type here len tup1. So here you can see the difference. Here is capital, here is small t, because I want to show to the user in a standard format of the particular output. That's why I have given here capital T. Here I can't use capital T because the case sensitivity of the Python language. If I'll type here capital T, suppose that if I run it, it will run properly. Suppose that if I'm going to just type here that is capital T, that time definitely it will give me error. Why? Because TUP, that means to say capital TUP1 is not defined due to the case sensitivity of the my Python program. So here I will use only simple t. Okay, I'm to say small t. So student, we have learned till then here how to get the length, okay, and what is my tuple. So here we are going to access the tuple by indexing value. So what I will do, student, accessing the tuple element, we can say that elements. So here is, first of all, I will teach you with the help of loop, that is I here I am taking the I as loop variable in range. Definitely I will type here 0 because indexing value is 0. Definitely len I will use, inside the len I will type here tuple, that is CMTUP1, and definitely length will be, what was the length? 6. So it will run up to 5 because for loop follow the n-1 concept automatically. That's why I didn't need to use here tuple -1. So I will simply here type, and we can say that what I will say, simply tuple, that is TUP, within that I will type I, and we are just going to just access it with the help of, okay, TUP1 should be, because here TUP actually doesn't identify by my program. So you can see, I will show you in fresh copy. So you can see, student, Aman Kishore 121919 EB. So these are my element in a tuple. So how I like to just show you, it is in which index. So what I will do, student, so I will type here TUP, then a square bracket, I'll use here simply I, then again comma, then square bracket close, then this one close, and this. So it means to say it will show me dynamically in which index which element is stored. So this will show you output like this. So you can see that tuple of 0 Aman, tuple of 1 is Kishore, tuple of 2 like that. The value will show here. Okay. So this is known as method 1. Okay. Method 1. So now I am going to teach you the next one method, that is method 2. So here method 2 will say the same thing, that is for loop. I will use here again I variable. Here I will use membership operator only, that is in, and here I will use tuple 1. So here I will simply print I in the place of tuple of I. In this, student, you will see what is the difference. Same thing will print. You can see that this is output for new for loop. So you can see I can access this, okay, the element with the help of method 2 also. And simply if you are going to just print, so simply the method 3 is very easy. Method 3 is very easy. Why? Because we have already used it. Simply we can say that tuple 1 equals to TUP1. By that you can see the list will be shown here within round bracket. You can see this is my third method. So student, by this we have learned how to access the element of the tuple. So now come back to our study material back. So here, to access the value in a tuple, we have to use square bracket for slicing, and we can access index, indicate the obtained value from the index value. So you can see that here is tuple like physics, chemistry value here, tuple 2 some value here, print tuple of 0, so tuple of 0, print tuple of 1 of 5. So as you know the slicing rule, it will start from 1. If we are talking about tuple 2, it will start from 1, that means to say 2 will print first, and 5, that means to say till then fourth element. 5 minus 1 will be fourth element. So here 2, 3, 4 and 5 will be accessed. Okay. So here the code output like this. If we are talking to tuple of 1 of 0, that means to say physics, and 1:5, that means to say 4 to 5 it will print. Now we are talking about updating a tuple. In a list you have know how to update that with the help of the update function, but tuple actually is we can say that tuples are immutable. Immutable means you cannot update or change the value of tuple element. If you are able to talking about proportion of the existing tuple, we have to create a new tuple as the given example that is demonstrated here. So student, here you can see, here we have created two tuple, that is tuple 1 and tuple 2. So here is 12, 34.56. There are two elements in tuple 2, tuple 1, and tuple 2 ABC and XYZ of string type is given here. So if we are going to just update like this, you can see that we have to update like this. So it is not possible, because if you are going to update it in a list, it is possible because it is looks like list. In the place of this, if you are just going to run that, it will give error. Or proportion, if you talk about the proportional thing, so we have to create a new tuple 3, tuple 1 plus tuple 2, whatever it will come, it will be considered as tuple 3, and it will print the whole particular tuple in a single tuple manner. You can see that 12, 3.56, ABC, XYZ. Okay, so we are going to just understand what error will come if we are going to just change it. Okay, so here tuple is unchangeable. So once a tuple is created, any operation that seeks to change to contain are not allowed. For instance, trying to modify or delete the element tuple, which will be definitely tuple name error. So you can see name Jeff, Bill, Steve, Yash, and now I'm going to just forcefully changing this one thing. I know the error will come, but let's see what will the error. So name of 0 will be Swati. Now Jeff will be converted to Swati, trying to change that, and when we will say that, it will say tuple object does not support the item assignment. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to just do the same, student. So here I have already a particular, we can say that updating tuple. Now here I have tuple 1. So if I'm going to just change its value, okay, so suppose that 0th element I want to change as Aman as Kamal. So let's see what will the output. So here you can see that error has come. I will show you in fresh copy what was the error actually. So you can see error has come, and error says tuple object does not support the item assignment. It means to say we can't do that. Okay, I will do one thing, student. I will just comment it, because I don't want to show you the extra code which is not necessary in this particular time period. Now you can see error has come, tuple not possible. If I am going to use, some students are getting the idea, suppose that if I am going to use update, so we can't do the update because append function actually not allowed in a particular particular tuple. Okay, so here update is not allowed. So student, what I'm going to do, student, here we have understand we can't update it. Now we are talking about it's a deletion. It means to say if we are going to change, I'm to say delete the tuple element. So let's see what is that. So delete tuple element, actually removing the individual tuple element also not possible, because it is also going to change the tuple that is created. So there is of course nothing wrong but putting together a tuple with the undesirable and disaster, I'm to say discare, we can see that. So explicitly we are going to remove the entire loop just by typing del. For example, we can say that here it means to say we cannot change the tuple, but we can delete the tuple. Okay, so we are talking here a tuple equals to physics, chemistry, 1997, 2000, and print tuple. It will be possible, it will give you definitely tuple. After that, if I'm going to just delete the tuple, it will say this type of object is not exist. Okay, so we are doing the same, student. So we have learned update it not possible, so I will comment it. And now we are going to just try to delete the whole tuple. So here we can say that del, okay, and then tup1, and after that we are going to just print tup1. Okay, so let's see what will output. So here you can see here is tuple 1, that means say tup1 is not defined. Why? Because I have deleted from the memory this particular tuple object. Okay, so deletion is possible. Whole tuple deletion is possible, but after that we can't access that particular tuple because this is deleted from my memory. Okay, I'm to say computer memory. You can see the error will come. You can see error has come. Okay, and now we are talking about forcefully updating a particular table. You can see that del name. So now we are going to just delete a particular element. Is it possible or not? Let's see. Okay, so same thing is given here. Suppose that we are trying to just delete a particular element, okay, from the tuple, this one. So let's see what will the output. We can see. So here, this object does not support the item deletion, whereas this possible in list. Okay, so student, we have learned today how to access the, declare the tuple by differently, empty tuple, comma, mixed way. We have understand how to accessing the tuple also by different 3 methods, and we have understand this is not modifiable, immutable. It is, we can't update the table, tuples, okay, and we can't delete the element of a tuple, while we can delete the whole tuple. So student, you have understand it. Till then student, thank you and have a nice day.